Oh, and first pitch crushing. Oh, man. Lean into it.
You guys just give me all the Angel news. I don't want to hear any more about your stupid team, your stupid Ohtani, stupid Trout. Let's get it all out right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into Ohtani, and if he's going to go ahead and help us get to that next level where we can finally compete again. And there's some rumors out there that, possibly we might be interested in Kikuchi and Suzuki. So
hold on, not Kurt Suzuki. See ya!
No. Yes. So, Jason, do you think Ohtani should help recruit these young or these old? I don't know how old they are, but these two guys onto the Angels.
So I think he should. I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago when we were talking about whose team it was. Was it Trout's or Ohtani? Trout last week was like, I want Scherzer.
Right.
I want to see Ohtani. If this is really his team and he wants to really stay here, like he says he loves the fans, why isn't he putting out his voice to get Seiya Suzuki and Kikuchi over here from? I know he's being posted, and Kikuchi is not going to be re-signed.
Right.
So why not? Why
Mhm.
not? That takes care of a right fielder, and it takes care of a pitcher.
Right. I'm kind of on the same page with you. The one thing that sticks out to me is that I don't know if you guys remember in the recruitment process, he was tied to Seattle, but it later came out that, he wanted to build his own identity. He wanted to become his own player, like have his own franchise attached to him. And I think he's already hit that point where he's about to win the MVP. He's already done that. He's already established himself as a great player. He's had one of the best seasons of all time. And then now he could start doing this type of thing, right? He could start recruiting. It was just like he was reluctant to play with Japanese players. I don't know why. And I think that was because it had to tie in with the identity thing. Like, I want to be the guy. I want everybody back home to know that I'm doing it kind of by myself.
Oh, and they know.
Yeah. And so I think now, you could push that along. That narrative is no longer. You already proved yourself. Go ahead and start recruiting these guys because, think about it like this. If Ohtani hits up Suzuki and says, hey, I want you to come play here, he's going to go play there. So do it. It's going to help us win and make it happen, Ohtani-san.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of stats for Kikuchi and Suzuki. So I believe his name is Yusei Kikuchi. He was a lefty for the Mariners, and his first half of last year was actually pretty good on paper. He had a 3.48 ERA, 16 starts. He was an all-star selection. The second half is where it all fell apart. His second half numbers, he had almost a 6 ERA. It was 5.98. His whip jumped from 1.088 in the first half to 1.705. MLB trade rumors has him projected at signing for 2 years, $20 million, and they haven't gone to the Cubs. So the thing about Kikuchi on paper, his fastball jumped up a couple of miles per hour. I think he was topping out at around 96, 97 at some points. He looks like if he can keep his first half numbers that he put out this year, he looks like a good number 2, number 3. However, the fear is that he got tired throughout the rest of the season, and that's what happened for the second half. If I'm the Angels, my fear is that, the Mariners were in a playoff race. And I don't know if that got to him in his head a little bit, him having to be the man, because he was their only all-star selection for the Mariners this year. So he was the de facto ace, in a sense, and he was their worst pitcher down the stretch. I don't know if the Angels want to invest that type of money in someone like that who, again, if you're trying to, build a championship team, you need people who have the stomach for this. So that's my only red flag with that. When it comes to Suzuki, his numbers in the Japanese league, they're incredible. 319 average, 436 on-base percentage, 640 slugging, 38 homers. MLB trade rumors, has him projected at 5 years, $55 million. So if you're signing Suzuki, does that mean that you guys are moving on from Adele?
So, yeah, it's going to have to be Adele because we need somebody playing center field, and that's going to have to be Marsh because Mike Trout's no longer going to be playing center field, slowing down a little bit. But I think that's a good move because you can go ahead and sell Adele, to somebody like Florida Marlins, right? And then get somebody that's a middle reliever that could possibly be no, not even a middle reliever, like a number 2 or 3 starter that's young that could possibly be an ace one day, and that would be the perfect move. I think you kind of replace one guy in the outfield and get a pitcher in return.
I agree. With Justin Turner on the last year of his contract, I do see that Mike Trout will probably move to left field, and then they'll have to have someone playing center field. And
Justin Turner or Justin Upton?
did I say Justin Turner? I meant Justin Upton. My
I
bad.
was like, what the hell does that have to do with
it happened. It happened early on.
You keep our player's name out your damn mouth, all right?
You're like, you fucking jinx him. But no, I feel like with Justin Upton, it's his last year. I'm feeling that Trout will move over. Adele's going to be the odd man out. Adele has the most value also with his name out of all the prospects that the Angels have in the outfield. Marsh did okay, but with Adele, with how he was drafted in his overall, they can get more with Adele. So I agree with Shy Player.
Yeah, Suzuki is like the perfect leadoff man. From what I've checked, he has he stole nine bases out of 13 attempts last year. He gets on base a lot. He draws a lot of walks. That's what we need, man. We don't have a leadoff hitter on the Angels.
I just want him in Angels red just so we could say, see ya!